Hi, everybody. Welcome to the Scott Show. I'm here. My name is Scott, of course. I am the host and founder of the Scott Show podcast. I am in Duluth, Minnesota, the most beautiful city in the entire world. I love Duluth. I can look out and see Lake Superior, and it is just an amazing, amazing deal. So I want to welcome you guys to the Scott Show. This is a Scott Show. We call it Scott Show number 1. It is the first network, or the first channel that we have on the network. Gets kind of confusing sometimes with all this, but we got, right now, 11 different channels on this podcast, and it's going to be really great. We got Scriptures with Scott, so it's just time for me to look into the Bible, because I'm one of the, I like the Bible, I do. And then, it's time for wrestling. We got the wrestling podcast, talking about WWE, AEW. You might have saw the little tags said AEW, WWE. I do a lot of that. We are also going to be doing a new thing on the wrestling channel. We are going to be going to cagematch.net, which is their big site, and which is the big site for wrestling knowledge. We're going to be picking out a wrestler by random. It got a little cold, but that's cool. We're going to be picking out a wrestler by random and doing a podcast about that wrestler. Hopefully that wrestler will be listening, or at least know that we're talking about them. If you want to hear about a wrestler, we can always do that too. We will also be doing promotion conversations and title conversations. It's just going to be really cool, kind of a cool way to get some content out, talk about things I like to talk about. I would love to sit there and talk about the IWGP Intercontinental Championship for hours, and some people might even like it. So there you go. So that is one of the announcements on the wrestling channel. We are also launching what I believe would be our 12th channel. We're going to get up to 16. I think that's the game plan, to get up to 16 channels. We are going to announce today that we are launching the gaming channel. This will not be one that I will be on a lot, but I do have two special guests, wonderful people. I haven't gave them radio names yet, so we're waiting on that. But I have two wonderful people who are dying to get on my podcast. Not literally, because that would suck. But we got these two people. They love gaming. We're going to talk about games. I'll be there. I could talk about Super Mario. I could talk about Sonic. Sega Channel from back in 1996. I'm all cool with all of that. You ask me about Fortnite, or you ask me about Minecraft, or whatever. I know nothing. I got other people who do that, and that's cool. So the gaming channel will be launched either today or tomorrow. I will probably talk Super Mario, because I just think it's cool. I'll talk Super Mario Kart for whatever. But we'll get other people here on the channel. We will have other people who will be responsible for making content, not just me. And that's going to go on our YouTube. That's going to go on our other podcast stuff that we got going on, especially here, Speaker.com. We love Speaker.com. They've always been good to us, and we're going to be good right back to them by giving them lots of content and hopefully helping them out as they help us out, because we're all cool. The other thing that I wanted to announce today is another podcast channel. It is called Around the World with the Scott Show. I think that a few people have heard about it already. What it is we're going to talk about things that are happening around the world, hence Around the World with the Scott Show. I enjoy the whole English Brexit conversations, and I know that's kind of exploding all over the news. I think everybody, even over here in America, knows what Brexit is, but I don't think everybody knows what's going on in Angola right now. I don't even know what's going on in Angola. I just picked a country. And we're going to do that too. We're going to pick a country, alphabetical order, and Google will help me out with that, because I have a Google Home Mini I love my Google Home Mini. I do ask it questions. Let's see if we can get Google to answer one for us right now. I'm going to ask it probably one of the best questions that I could possibly imagine, and you guys will love this. Hey Google, why were cornflakes invented?
On the website news.com.au, they say, he invented cornflakes in 1878 in the hope that plain food would stop people masturbating. Mr. Kellogg, the man who created cornflakes, produced the cereal in the late 19th century and marketed it as a healthy, ready-to-eat anti-masturbatory morning meal.
That was probably a little bit more colorful than y'all wanted. If you like that sort of stuff and sort of jokes, you will enjoy Primetime. I am bringing that back. It's going to have probably a different name, different style. It's going to have some swearing to it. It's going to have it's just going to be people, spouting off and saying whatever the hell they want to for however long they want to. So it's going to be fun. I look forward to that. So just a heads up, Primetime is coming back. We will have all the other channels coming back. The Workout with the Scott Show. I will say, for brevity and whatever else, and I don't even think I used the word brevity right, but I like that. I like British, I like the English language. I will say, for all clarity to every person here listening to this beautiful, wonderful podcast, and you are beautiful, wonderful people for listening to my beautiful, wonderful podcast, I will say that I have gained weight. And it happens, even to the best of us. I have gained. I'm not running as much as I'm not running. I should run, but I'm not. The game plan with this, folks, and I'm going to be frankly as honest as possible. I want this podcast to explode. I want to have fun with this. That's why we got all these announcements today. Around the world with the Scott Show, we're going to have so much content. There's so many different countries. There's so many different wrestlers. We're going to just blow up with content. And that's just on 2 channels. We've got the sports show. We got the wrestling show with all the other previews and reviews and all those other things. You want us to cover sports that we haven't for a long time? I will do that. But you have to listen. You have to like, share, subscribe. Make it happen. Talk to people. Tell them about the Scott Show. And one thing you need to know is not only can you support the Scott Show just by listening at speaker.com/the Scott Show, you can also go to thescottshow.com. We had the website up yesterday. I looked today. It's back parked. I don't know what's going on. We'll figure that out. But you go to thescottshow.com. We'll get you there. We have our YouTube channel, which is expanding. I'm hoping to double it because we only have 2 subscribers so far, so we'll make that happen. It's going to get way bigger, and I'm excited for that. But we also have just launched today our Patreon.com site. You can be a patron of the Scott Show, have your name mentioned. Only if you have $1 to throw in. If you got your credit card, take it out right now. Go to the patreon.com/the Scott Show. Put in $1 single dollar. Send us some love. That's $1 a month. It's kind of like Christian Children's Fund, folks. $1 a month will feed a hungry, starving child. Because we do, and I'm not actually lying on this thing, Patreon will help us out. Patreon will give us the platform that we need to move forward. And if you become a patron of the Scott Show, we will give back to the community as we do with the 10-25-50 Homeless Project, which is my big project that I'm probably going to give my life to as I do. We have donated to Atlanta Rescue Mission, to Detroit Rescue Mission, Grace Centers of Hope actually in Detroit, and there's a few others. There's the one in the Rescue Mission in New York, in Syracuse, New York. We have donated to the Denver Rescue Mission, and when I was in Denver, I saw a line of people at 6:30 in the a.m. because I was going to go run in the Rockies 5K, when I was running, I saw a line of probably 70 people. I mean, I didn't sit there and count, so if I said 60 or 70, with a lot of people. At 6:30 in the a.m. for a 7:30 breakfast. They were in line. It looked like Black Friday, and these were people who just wanted to have a cup of coffee and some toast and maybe some eggs or whatever else they were getting for breakfast. But these are people who need our help. And, I mean, not only that, you got the women, you got the children, and I'm going to stress this all damn day. You got people who are hungry. You have children who are starving. If you ever check out, there was the Motel Kids of Orange County. I will probably talk about that on the 102550 show. I'm going to watch it again. I'm probably going to cry again. Because it's such a beautiful, well put together show about what happens in Orange County, California, when you have these kids who are homeless and they're sleeping in hotels, probably on the floor. You got whole families in these hotels. They're trying to make a life for themselves. Sex offenders are right next to them, and that's just not life. This one kid in this thing says, being here is like being in hell. I mean, if that doesn't, get your mind rolling and say, hey, we need to do something as a society, nothing will. So, that's what we do here at the Scott Show. We work with the 102550 Homeless Project. We are the same thing. I mean, I run that too. So, if you help us out on patreon.com/the Scott Show, if you help us out on the YouTube channel, we're going to get all excited and blow that thing up. YouTube is going to just expand big time because we're going to put so much content on there, and you're just going to be, wow, I got to see all this cool content. We're going to do YouTube, we're going to do videos, we're going to do more podcasts, we're going to have us all over the place. If you like, share, subscribe, become a patron, listen at Speaker.com. Put me on mute. I don't care what you do. If you put me on mute and just listen and just have it rolling, the commercials will still roll. We'll still get paid. And then you'd be like, oh man, I saw that he posted something about Alexa Bliss. One of the greatest women wrestlers currently. I want to listen to that podcast. There you go. So please listen to our podcast all the time here on the Scott Show. I'm rambling probably too much. I know I got this cold thing going on. I hope it goes away because I'm going to be here live with you guys. In fact, the Around the World with the Scott Show will launch today. We will have our first podcast today. We will talk about a random country, and that will be fun. We're also going to be on the sports show talking about the lower divisions. We got Division 1AA, or the championship series, the football championship series, not the bowls. That's the big teams. We might do a podcast on that too. I want to make sure I get out there and talk to you guys, see what you want to hear. But I'm going to be here live every single day on the Thescottshow.com. We are going to make a podcast every single day. You might not hear it on the Scott Show 1 channel. Well, you'll hear it. I want to thank you. I love you guys from the bottom of my heart for helping us out and making this Scott Show possible. I'm going to catch you guys here real soon on the Thescottshow.com. I'm going to go get some tea and probably go put something right by my nose so then I, open up my nasal passage. I know you guys really wanted to hear that. But we will see you guys here real soon on the Thescottshow.com. Thank you so much. And, have a fun day. If you only listen to this podcast, you guys have a fun day, and we'll catch you here real soon. Check out our Patreon, patreon.com/thescottshow, thescottshow.com. We're going to be all over the place. We're going to add social media. We're expanding in no time at all. I just relaunched this 2 days ago, and we're going to make it happen, folks. So, you guys have fun. We'll catch you here real soon on the Thescottshow.com.